Alrighty, what's up, y'all? Sean Marshall in the house, and we just wrapped up our workshop. So some of you made it and some of you didn't make it. If you made it, congratulations on coming to the workshop. You got some great work done today, and all your sharing, all the work you did, awesome. I want to acknowledge you for that because you moved your life forward today. And whether it actually moved or whether it energetically moved, you moved forward today. Today, it turned just a little bit in your life. So I acknowledge you for that. And if you didn't make it, then all right, you missed it. So let's move on. One of the things that we did on the workshop today is I asked a series of questions, a whole lot of questions. I can't ask you all of them in a 2-minute video, but at the very end of the workshop, to give you some accountability and to actually have you move forward in your life, I asked you 2 questions. And what I offered those of you who came to the workshop, and I'm going to offer you, those of you that registered for the workshop but you didn't show up, I'm going to offer this to you as well. So this is a piece of accountability, doesn't cost you anything. And I asked 2 questions. And with those questions, what I said was, email me the answers to those questions, all right, as accountability for yourself. And next week, we have office hours, and I'm going to pop on a Zoom line and be available to answer any questions that you have about your life, about reinventing your life, about stepping into your life's purpose, how to do it, or how to discover it, or how to work through, a problem that you have that's stopping you from stepping in to your life's purpose. So I'll be available to answer all those questions for you next week during office hours. And so in between then, this is what I did for the group, and I want you to do this as well. I want you to have the opportunity, at least. 2 questions, all right? You're gonna make a declaration, 2 different declarations. So you're actually gonna move something in your life, and I'm gonna give you a buy-win. So if you have been following my emails, I've told you about a buy-win, create a buy-win, meaning there's a big distinction between saying, I'm going to figure it out, whatever it is, and I'm gonna figure it out by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Big distinction. When you give yourself that by 5 p.m. tomorrow, now you have a deadline that you created for yourself. So you're giving your word to yourself and maybe to others, which creates urgency and gets you into action. All right? So here's the context of these 2 questions that I'm gonna ask you. Is something in your life that you have been indecisive about? And I want you to think about the top 5 things. Top 5 things that you have been indecisive, not making a decision on. All right, top 5 things. And by your first question, all right, and this is a declaration, meaning I'm going to XYZ, I'm going to accomplish this or do this or make this decision. So by 5 p.m. your time on Friday, and that would be April 2nd, so that's tomorrow. What's one thing that you are committed to moving forward in your life? What's one thing that you've been indecisive about, procrastinating on, and putting off that you're committed to completing or making a decision on by tomorrow, Friday, April 2nd at 5 p.m. your local time? All right, I gave the group about 30 hours. So by the time you get this, it's gonna be a little less than that. So if you wanna give yourself 30 hours, that's fine. But I think you can do it by 5 p.m. The second question is, what's another thing that you have been avoiding making a decision on that you are committed to making the decision by next Friday at the start of our office hours, which is, I believe, oh my God, I should know this. It's either 10 or 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'll put that in the email. So sorry to confuse you there. So what's one thing that you're committed to by 5 p.m. Friday, and what's another thing that you're committed to by next Friday office hours? And here's a little rule of thumb on how to get this done. I'm not saying the laundry, all right? Go do your laundry because you haven't done your laundry yet. No, If you're someone who works out and you're like, I'm gonna get a workout in by 5 p.m., no, not doing it. All right, we're talking about something that is on your mind and is taking up bandwidth in here that you've been hesitating to make a decision on. It could be a conversation with somebody. It could be paying a bill that you've been putting off for months. It could be refinancing your home. That was the thing I shared. I had been putting off and I just refinanced my place. It took me 10 minutes and I avoided it for months. And someone else shared that in the workshop that they did that as well. So what's something that is heavy on your mind? And typically to get it done, you would say you need like a week or 2 or 3 weeks to get it done, maybe even a month. The one that's a month, I want you to declare, not I want, but I'm calling you forward and I'm giving you the opportunity to declare to have that complete in 1 week, all right, 8 days. And then a little shorter one that would typically take you a week or 2, you get to declare to have that done by tomorrow, all right? And I'm gonna hold you accountable. And so the accountability is send me an email right now and tell me what those 2 things are. So this is an exercise in a few different things. It's 1, making a decision and getting you unstuck. 2, you may have 10 or 20 things that you're stuck on if you really think about all the little things. But the thing is, there's so many things you're stuck on that you're not moving at all. So choosing 1 or 2 things is powerful for you because you're deciding and then you're also moving. It's getting you now into momentum. So don't miss that opportunity. And another thing is this is you giving your word, all right? Now I'm not gonna take away your birthday if you don't complete it, right? Nothing's gonna happen to you. You're not gonna, lose your car. But it's just an opportunity for you to practice making a declaration that's like scary for you. It should feel scary. And then being your word and completing it, all right? And then there's a lesson on either side. Whether you complete it or not, there's a lesson for you. All right, and then this is accountability as well. So now you're being held accountable if you choose, and that's scary. That may be scary for you. All right, so another thing that this is it's an opportunity to allow yourself to trust your intuition. Because when I said, what's 1 thing that you're committed to completing by tomorrow, you had an answer. I'm positive. Something inside of you popped up. So often we ignore that. We say, no, that's not it. And then for the thing that I asked you about for next week, something popped up like, what it is. And I know you do. You have the answer inside of you. I don't have your answers for you. So I'm giving you a context, some framework to start trusting yourself, your intuition, to put your butt on the line and be held accountable, and to move something in your life and start practicing being decisive. All right? So reply to this email with those 2 things, and I'll just drop you a note back to say I acknowledge you, and then get to work. And then you can come to office hours next week and we can talk about it. And then the second thing, don't get distracted by this. A buddy of mine had a book release today, just happened to be today. Shawn Wells, he's an internationally known nutritionist and like so much more than that. And I'm helping share. I don't make money out of this, but I'm just helping him get the word out. So at the bottom of this page, I put a little PS, Shawn Wells book released today. So the reason I'm telling you that is don't let that distract you from this assignment that I just gave you. All right, so if you're interested in his book, time out, do this assignment first. Reply to me first, okay? Put your butt on the line, because if you're someone who gets distracted, this is the perfect opportunity to be distracted, all right? So complete the exercise first, and then if you're curious about Shawn's book, then click the link and you can go look at his book and buy his book if you feel called to do it. He's not making money on this either, actually. Neither one. I don't make money. I'm not an affiliate. He's just a friend of mine, and he's not making money on it either. He's selling it at cost. So anyway, there you go. I hope you take this challenge because it's going to move you in your life. And I know what it feels like to be stuck. I know what it feels like to be indecisive, and I know what it feels like when all the little indecision choices that you haven't decided on stack up and build up in your mind, and you get foggy and it weighs you down. You feel lost. Feels like you can't see more than 1 foot in front of you. I know what that feels like. I do. We all do. And I know that you're feeling that right now. And so this is an opportunity for you to get unstuck. All right, so don't feel embarrassed, don't be afraid. I mean, you can be afraid, but still go forward with it, and let's move. Let's get you moved. You've been wanting to move for quite some time. So this is your opportunity to move, with the support of a coach who's gonna hold you accountable to it, all right? So there you go. Enjoy the night. I'll hear back from those of you I hear back from, and then I'll see you next week at office hours. See you later.